Hey guys, yeah, so hello to all my new subs. I've gained something like 16 since I've done my 50 subs video. At this rate I'll be doing another tag at 100 quickly. So hello guys. Right, what this video is about is a video I came across called Issues with Atheism, the Atheist Delusion. So as a Christian, thinking that he can prove that atheism is a delusion. So let's get started, shall we? This should be fun.
Atheists are delusional. It's a harsh statement, but I assure you it's true. Let me explain. A delusion is a fixed false belief that is resistant to reason or confrontation with actual fact.
Much like your Christian faith, pal. I don't see how you can class atheism as delusional, because all atheism is a lack of belief. That's right, a lack of belief. That means there is no belief whatsoever in any God. If you provide evidence that holds to be true, and not the made up shit that we usually get from creationists, then we'll believe. Simple as that. We will change our mind.
Now, I won't go as far as to say the whole atheist position is delusional.
You already did.
Atheists are delusional. It's a harsh statement, but I assure you it's true.
You see, your problem is you generalised. You said atheists are delusional. And when you say that, that covers all atheists. You're generalising. And you kind of just said that atheism is delusional. It doesn't matter what you think. You've just stated that atheism is delusional. All atheists are delusional.
That would assume too much. But there is something delusional about the position. If you're an atheist, you believe your position is the most true and rational worldview.
I don't believe it. I know it. However, if you provide evidence, I'll change. That's not a delusional thing.
That also means you think the faith position, sometimes called the religious position, is irrational.
You're right, I do. Because believing in something without proof, that's irrational. Believing in something despite being shown evidence that contradicts your belief, good evidence that is corroborated by several other things, is irrational.
But what is this based on? Well, naturalism is the view of the world that takes account only of natural elements and forces, excluding the supernatural or spiritual, or the belief that all phenomena are covered by laws of science and that all teleological explanations are therefore without value.
Not atheism, mate. You can be an atheist and you can believe in fairies. You can be an atheist and believe in spirits. All an atheist is lack of belief in a god or gods. It's not that hard to understand.
Sounds like atheism to me.
Well, it's not.
If you somehow manage to maintain atheism without naturalism, the delusion still applies. We'll see how in a moment.
Oh goody, I can't wait for that one.
Now that we've taken care of the formalities, let me begin by asking you a question. If you're an atheist, how do you know your beliefs are true?
There is no belief if you're an atheist. Simple as that, pal. There is no belief. We don't assert that there's nothing, that there's something out there. To do that would be belief. Atheism is a negative position. Okay? It's the first position you come from into this life. You don't assert anything. It's that simple. I don't know how else to explain this to you. There is no belief system in atheism. There's a lack of belief. That's fine. Once you provide evidence, then yes, I will rationally change to that position. But until there is evidence, I am not going to believe that something's out there.
The naturalistic explanation for all of our human faculties is that they're evolutionary developments aimed at survival. That means our faculty of reason has nothing to do with truth, but it's based only on survival.
Well, let's look at it like this. If you're going by that position that our faculties are based on survival, not truth, which is kind of true. The thing is, if we set up a fire and touch it, we know it's going to burn. That's a truth. It will burn, it will hurt, it will cause you pain. These nerve endings, when set on fire, when they're dying, that's bloody painful. That pain travels up your arm into your brain, and use your reason to figure out why. And after using that reasoning, you figure out the truth that fire, bad. Heat, bad to touch.
Scientific and philosophical arguments won't do because science and philosophy presuppose our ability to discover truth.
Science and philosophy will do, and by the way, you spelled that wrong. Do is something else completely from do. However, without science and philosophy, we cannot find the truth. Besides, it's only really philosophy that takes the stance that they have to find the truth behind something. Science just finds out why something does something.
You might say our ability to find truth helps us survive. But this is begging the question because we don't know whether or not that statement is actually true.
It doesn't beg the question. Sorry, pal. Quite simply put, finding the truth behind something helps us survive. It helps us know which plants are poisonous to eat, which animals will kill us, what things to touch, what things not to touch, what to drink, what not to drink. We know that if we manage to drink lava, it will kill us. There's no point arguing that's not true because we all know it is. And it's in figuring out these things for your faculties that we find out the truth. So your whole presupposition, your whole lot of stuff is shit.
I think the atheist would have to admit that he has no way of knowing his position is really objectively true.
Some don't. Some are agnostic atheists, and it would be a fool to be a fool atheist who says there are no gods, because we don't know. There could be somewhere. However, that does not matter, because the gods that are around today and were around, that's the ones we've got to contend with. And those we blatantly know are not true, from the fact that the holy books are quite often proven wrong by modern science. And without the holy books, you have no reason to believe in a god.
So does he turn to agnosticism? If he does, then he's not an atheist anymore.
You can be an agnostic atheist. It's simply a case of saying, I don't know, but until there's proof, I don't believe in them. Simple as that. You're going to get agnostic theists who say, well, I think there's a god, but I don't know there's a god. It's simple. It's not the hardest thing in the world to think out.
If he does not, he must admit this simple fact. He believes in his ability to discern truth. Yep, you guessed it. By faith.
Everyone believes in their ability to discern truth. It's what makes you human. It's what makes you think. The ability to discern truth is what makes us. If you cannot discern truth, then you're going to be taken away by every lie you're told. Which would explain why you're a Christian, of course.
If there is an atheist out there who accepts the existence of the metaphysical, I'm afraid you must explain how the metaphysical came about. If it is a result of natural causes, you're still a naturalist.
Well, I'm going to presume you mean the supernatural side of the metaphysical philosophical discussion. Yes, anyone who claims to believe in something supernatural must prove it. However, gods are not the only part of supernatural, and we've already discussed atheists can believe in the supernatural, just not gods.
If these truths are not the result of natural causes, you must believe they have always existed. You cannot prove metaphysical truths through science, and you cannot prove the truth of your philosophical arguments.
I should add, by the way, if something came around by nature, it's not supernatural. However, if you can prove something by scientific means, then it's natural. And so far we have found nothing with any proof behind it for the supernatural. Nothing at all. Everything has had a natural explanation, up to and including this point.
Therefore, you must accept the existence of the metaphysical. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. By faith.
Well done. You figured out that to believe in the supernatural you must have faith. Atheism is not about disbelieving the supernatural. It's about disbelieving in gods and goddesses. It's a recurring theme in this video. You might notice that. Because, quite simply, I don't think you've got the right idea. I don't think you understand what atheism is. It doesn't matter if you believe in the supernatural, only in gods. And if you believe in a god, you are not an atheist. As simple as that.
This is a bit of a problem, isn't it?
No, not really.
Atheists believe their position is the most true and rational position.
Not the claim atheism makes, but a claim that perhaps a singular atheist might. However, that depends on the atheist.
But in order to believe this, they must adopt a faith position, which they believe is irrational. So from a purely atheistic standpoint, atheism is irrational.
Nope, sorry. Atheism is not a belief system. We do not believe that there are no gods. We just have a lack of belief in any god. If you showed us evidence, we would believe them. You see, the irrational bit would be if we got evidence, undeniable evidence, and then carried on thinking there was no god. I might not worship a god that is proven to be true, but I believe he was there, if the evidence was given to me. Sorry, pal, but your whole argument's a heap of shit.
Yet they continue to assert the rationality of their beliefs while their beliefs render themselves irrational. This is the Atheist Delusion.
And this video you made was a whole heap of shit. I've managed to debunk almost every point you've made in here. Sorry, pal. But good luck next time, eh?